Dad's home.
And look who it is. What do you think? Hybrid, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, this is... Ew, it smells like ass. But...
Dude, it does.
It smells...
Alright, so one of the issues with this Civic is trunk leaking. So there is water in the trunk. I've already taken it apart, but I don't know if you can see, there is water leaking through, and it looks like it's coming from over here, from the sides. I did order a new trunk seal. To be honest, the trunk seal looks fine, but I might as well do that. It seems to be in good condition. It doesn't look like water. I mean, there is water down here, but it doesn't look like it's coming down the trunk side. I was going to buy new taillight seals, but it doesn't look like water's coming from there either. I also did check the keyhole, keyring area. You're probably not gonna be able to see it, but that didn't seem like there was any leaks there. One thing though that I did buy, primarily because it was just warped, was the roof weather stripping. So it's warped here and it's warped over here on both sides. I have seen on some forums that some water can get through there and then just drain into the trunk. So I'm going to replace that. I already have the replacement parts for it. Another thing to mention is people have said that it's leaking through the seams. This one, and it looks like the seams are pretty well sealed. If I peel this back, though I will say it does look like water may be getting through the bottom here. So we'll see. I'll replace the roof molding, and when I get the new trunk seals, I'll replace that and see if that also helps. Hopefully, since it's raining outside, it'll be a good test. I'll put the car back outside and check it the next day and see if more water has leaked through. Alright, so I pretty much emptied out the trunk. I took out the spare, or this jack kit. I don't think that has ever been removed for the life of this car. But you can tell there's like gunk and whatnot on it. And even here there's like dirt and gunk that's being washed into here. There's a ton of standing water. That's like an inch of water right there. Yeah, I'm not sure entirely where it's coming from. I'm hoping it's the roof seal and the trunk seal, and I don't have to buy taillight seals. But if I do, whatever, no big deal. I'm gonna get this area cleaned up. That way it'll be easier to tell, hopefully, where the leak is coming from. Alright, let's go ahead and get this switched out. Just slides out. Oh, this thing is dirty as frick. This definitely wasn't keeping things out. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's gunked up in there with like pine needles. Alright, so the top one is the new one. Just by moving it, it's definitely more flexible. Here it is where it's supposed to be, and you can see how dirty it is in there. So I'm gonna clean that up before we reinstall it. Oh yeah. Yeah, this rag is definitely gonna be done. So how this latches on is at the ends. There is a little tab that sticks up. Put it in and slide it, and it should just mount. It's like this on the back and in the front. Alright, the seal is fully installed. Fits good, and yeah, I definitely had to press it on there. So I definitely know now that's definitely a better seal. And it felt so satisfying to do that. This is all like seized up. It's all solid and hard, and yeah, just after 20 years, a lot of this stuff needs to be changed out just due to age. But yeah, I mean, it looks so much better. So this is what it looked like before. After, it just looks so much cleaner. Just even changing that out is so satisfying and gratifying. This restoration, in a sense, is going to be satisfying, especially with this car. This car is over 20 years old. It is a little crusty. It's going to be satisfying bringing some life back into this. It's always so satisfying to me. I'll just watch random videos of people doing it, and I freaking love it. So it's awesome to have the opportunity to do it. All right, what I'm going to do is get this rag soaked up and then just wring out the water. There's still like 2 inches of water in here. Now the reason why this is such a huge issue that I want to get taken care of is that this is the hybrid, And the thing with the hybrid is that these seats don't fold down because the battery is literally right here where the back seats are. And I don't want any water damage to that. And this smells terrible.
Ew, it smells like ass.
It smells like mildew. But again, this car, under $3,000, so I'm not too upset. And that should be most of it. Yeah. Now that part is dry. Check out, we got all the water. This is all that was in there from the last couple of days of this car sitting in the rain.
It smells like ass.
All right, next, I think I'm gonna take out this liner, get it all out of the way so I can have a better inspection of trying to find where the leak is coming from, and also just clean up anything behind it. So this part is where, on the right side, is where it's coming from, because the bottom part right here is wet, but it's dry on the other side. So one cool thing to note is the way that these are clipped in, it's like a clip screw type of deal. So this clips in, and then you just tighten it down with like a plastic screw. And there's a couple of these on here. I don't know why Honda stopped doing that, because these are like a lot more secure. Alright, so I got all the panels removed. Now the reason I do that is it is fabric, and I just don't want mold, especially if I'm dealing with moisture, just to start building up on here. There's already some mold spots, like right there. And it looks like right there too, but obviously we'll get that cleaned up. But now that everything's out of here, looks like there is moisture, just based off how the light's reflecting. That's coming in there. Looks like water is at least getting into there, but nonetheless, I'm just hoping that we find something. The taillights look fine. Oh, there is condensation. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. And I'm assuming it's just because the water's evaporating upward. I mean, there's no holes there, so I don't think the water's coming from there. And it doesn't look like the water's dripping down from over here either. Either way, we'll find out though. Oh, we gonna find out. Okay, so there is moisture on here, but there's definitely a ton of moisture on the trunk. I mean, check that out. It is like all over. Who knows, maybe it is coming from the trunk. A lot of the culprits say it's this rubber gasket here for the keyhole, and it honestly looks really clean, and it doesn't look like there's any water coming. It doesn't even look like there's traces of water. I don't think it's those seals. Anyways, yeah, let's just get to cleaning. Alright, got everything pretty much wiped down, cleaned up a little bit. No water, no standing water. Wiped down the condensation from the walls as well as the trunk. What I'm gonna do now is clean up these side sills here, just because I know that with the seams, sometimes there can be cracks or what have you. Again, this model, however they did it, they seamed it pretty well, it looks like. Even down here, you can see all the seam sealer. But just to be safe, what I'm going to do is wipe it down and then just add some like silicone grease, something that I can just wipe off, but should still prevent water from getting through, and then put this thing back out in the driveway. This is Washington, and it is basically almost winter. It's going to be raining, so it'll be a great time to figure out where the leak is coming from, especially now that everything is dry in here. If I seal this up and there's still water leaking, I'll at least know there's no cracks in the seams. There's definitely water under this, so in fact it might actually be this trunk seal, but we'll confirm. So I did put a ton of it all over this seam sealer. It looked like there was a tiny crack at the top there, so I covered that up. And there might have been a tiny crack here, I'm not sure, but I put some there just to be safe. All right, I finished it up. So what I'm gonna do is put the damp raid. I pretty much just keep this in the garage just to prevent moisture and mildew building up in the garage. But I'm gonna put one of these into the trunk. That way any residual moisture, this will absorb. Man, it does smell in there. So I'm hoping this helps. I mean, come on, look how clean that looks. Especially with clean headlights. While the car's sitting out, I'm gonna go ahead and just do some spot cleaning on the trunk trim pieces, just to clean like the mold spots, and spray it with some Autobahn just to get rid of some of that mildew smell. I should have worn this when I was cleaning out the trunk, but I'm gonna wear it now. This is a solution of Autobahn. So I'm going to use this to rinse off the spots I spot cleaned. Okay, officially the next morning. It looks like it did rain, so we can go ahead and see if we are still leaking. And it is. We are still leaking. So, well, we at least know it is not anything with the seam seal. It looks like it's dripping down from here. And then if I look in here, it looks like it's coming from here. I believe it is coming from this weather stripping. If we pull back, there is some water there coming down, leaking, and I believe this is where the water is, and then coming into here and down and just pooling up. It's coming from here, but the water is running down here, and then it looks like it's going under the weather stripping. So I did order new weather stripping, so whenever that comes, I'll just replace it and run the whole test again.